My name is Laya and I'm from the success team here at inFlow. Today I wanted to go over multi-currency in inFlow, which allows you to pay your vendors in different currencies, charge your customers in different currencies, and set up defaults to make life a little bit simpler. Now, to begin with, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into our settings and go into our global settings. Now, in our global settings, you can see that we have the option right on top here that says currency and exchange rates. This allows us to set our home currency. Mine is currently USD, but I can also update it to any other currency anytime I want. Now, beyond that, it also allows me to add in other currencies and exchange rates. So, to begin with, I'm just going to go ahead and add in the Canadian dollar. As you can see, I can set it up if I have a custom amount, or if I would prefer to just keep things simple and trust open exchange rates, I can set that to automatic. Now this allows me to not worry about it day in and day out. While I'm here, I'm also going to make sure to add in a euro. Set this also to automatic, make our life simpler. And let's just save. Now, let's say you have customers who you'd like to charge in a completely different currency. Now, it's easy to do that using pricing schemes. When I go into my orders here, also in settings, I have pricing schemes right on top. As you can see, I have multiple pricing schemes here. However, you can see that my Canadian wholesale, which should actually be in CAD, and my Euro wholesale, which should be in Euro, are still in USD. So what I can do here is just update this to now have a Canadian dollar, and similarly make sure that we have a euro. And now once we hit save, we're good to go. While we're here though, if you needed to add a new pricing scheme in a different currency, you can do that right here. So let's just add a pound. With UK pounds, and we can just call this UK wholesale. And it's as simple as that. Now you have all of these options right there. So now let's create a purchase order. But before we do that, let me go ahead and show you how to create a default price or currency for a specific vendor. So now let's go into vendors. I'm just going to choose build our supply here. And as you can see, our currency with this specific vendor is the US dollar. Let's get rid of that and let's just switch this over to Canadian dollars. And I'm going to remove this and just say it's going to be taxing scheme of choice. I'm just going to clear the taxing schemes for the time being. Now, if the price that they give me includes tax, I can go ahead and also click this or choose against it. For the time being, we're just going to switch them over to Canadian currency and stop it at that. Now, when I do go ahead and create a new purchase order for build our supply, you'll see that not only do we have it automatically in Canadian currency, you can also see that since we have an automatic exchange rate, this is already up here, ready to go. It's as simple as that. Now, for the sales orders, it's pretty much the same thing. Let's just go in and create a new sales order. Now, this is one that I started earlier under Arkan Systems. Now, once again, because this is going to be Canadian, what I can do is actually just go here and the pricing scheme that I set can just be updated to Canadian wholesale. Now, once again, this just automatically gives me the conversion because I've gone ahead and set it to, as you guessed it, automatic. And that's it. It's simple and it's easy. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, and we'd always love if you could like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.